A lot of things. Okay, we are live and on the air, and we are a couple minutes late, which I apologize for. Uh, this is the Fellowship of Mental Health Hangout for Friday, January the 15th, 2016. I want to do the housekeeping like we always do. We use I statements and we try to keep everything at a PG rating. We don't do therapy, we don't do judgment, and we try to respect each other as well as our ideas. I've got a special announcement before I do anything else. Next Wednesday, we will have a special hangout. It'll be, like I said, Wednesday, January the 20th at 8 p.m. Central Time, my time. So um, for the folks in the UK, you'll probably be in bed, but for the folks in America, I think that should work out nicely. And it's just going to be like an experimental hangout to see what kind of interest there is or whatever. And the plan is probably for a half hour live and then a half hour private. And then if it goes longer than that, it'll go longer than that. Okay. Now we're going to move. Oh, tell me what you want to be called again.
Caden.
Okay. If I slip up, please forgive me. Caden,
Okay.
do you have anything to add to
No.
housekeeping?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to move into the topic. We finished up the 17 principles of success last week, and so this week we're going to start on the tarot, the major arcana cards, and the first one is the Fool, and I've got two cards. The first card is from the Tarot Starter Deck, and it is a more old-fashioned card or whatever. And then the second card is the one everyone's probably familiar with. This comes from the Universal Weight deck, and it's also called the Wider Weight deck or whatever. But anyway, as I was preparing for this talk, uh, someone informed me about a Steve Harvey video, and the title of the video is "You Gotta Jump." And this was a little pep talk he gave his audience after the filming of Family Feud or whatever. And I would highly recommend people watch that little talk that he did or whatever. But basically, the Fool in the first card that I showed you, the old-fashioned card, the Fool is he's just walking along um, like through a meadow, and there's a little dog chasing him, and the little dog has ripped his pants, and he's got a walking stick, and he's got a bundle of things, kind of like a hobo on his back or whatever, and he's just walking along. In the second path, we see, or in the second card rather, we see a young man. The sun is at his back, but he's on a cliff, and he's about to walk off the cliff. And
Uh-oh.
the little dog that was attacking him in the first card is actually his companion in this that take a leap of faith. And that's what the Fool is doing. He's taking a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Um, um, that you'll have a companion with you, and the sun ultimately will be at your back, which was the point of Steve Harvey's talk. He says you're going to jump, and the first time you jump, you're going to fall and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And so it's more like leaps of faith, and that eventually your goal will materialize. And today is also the real birthday of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who's one of my personal heroes. And of course, he took many leaps of faith in his career. The I Have a Dream speech, marches on Washington, other types of things, whatever. Some of them worked out, some of them didn't, or whatever. But he was always taking a leap of faith. Caden, what do you think about all of that?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going through one at the moment with my transition and changing everything up. I've took a few in my time.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of charity work. I've raised a lot of money for charity. I've got my first guide dog. I've risked a lot of things. I've took a
yeah,
lot of risks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's brave for people to take a leap of faith, to be honest, because if you don't do it, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
right, right. And that's another point that Steve Harvey makes. If you don't step out, you'll never know what the universe had in store for you. Uh, there's a teacher. You probably have heard of her. Her name is Marianne Williamson. She does a lot of stuff with the Course in Miracles. She has a very big following. She teaches every week in Los Angeles. But anyway, in one of her old tapes, she said, "If you take a leap of faith, the universe will reach up and meet you and sustain you. And so all you gotta do is do what you can do, and then the universe will do the rest, and everything will be okay." Well, in my experience, that hasn't worked out all the time.
No.
And I don't think it. I don't think it has worked out all the time in her case either, because she became a minister in a church, and it didn't work out. So she had to move back to Los Angeles. But I think ultimately the leaps of faith do work out,
Yeah.
and that's where you got to develop your drawing on the principles that we just finished up. You've got to activate your persistence muscle. You got to keep going, and Steve Harvey talks about being banged up. You know, you see these extreme sports guys or whatever.
Yeah.
They will wear a bat suit, and that makes them look like a bat. And they jump off a cliff, and they are supposed to glide down to the bottom or whatever, and have a perfect landing. And most of the time, that's what happens because these guys are really qualified. But every now and then, there's a gust of wind, and they get blown off track, and they take a tumble, and
Yeah.
they break some bones or whatever. And I think that's more what what life is about. I'm going to take some leaps of faith this year. We've talked about that before. I want to do more healing work and start a healing circle and do some more heat work training
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So we're just going to see what happens. So uh,
See where it takes us.
yeah, and I know you're taking a leap of faith on Monday, right?
Yeah, this name change.
And that hasn't been. I mean, you've had some bumps and scrapes along the way, right?
Yeah.
But you're still plugging.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hard road, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um, I've had issues with people not accepting me. I've had issues with illness, issues
right.
with this and that, but I'm still going.
Yeah, and that's I think that's the lesson that we if we know in our heart we're doing the right thing, then we have to keep going,
Yeah.
no matter what the price. In Dr. King's case, the price was his life. Uh, but if you know in your heart what you're doing is right, you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's really and just for the whole series, the 22 cards, the major arcana of the tarot, they that's a story in itself. It's kind of like the labors of Hercules. There's 12 things Hercules has to do in order to become the hero that he became or whatever,
Yeah.
and and these can be symbolized by the 12 signs of the zodiac. So that we're all supposed to go through that track. Well, the 22 cards of the tarot is the same thing. There's 22 things that supposedly we all have to do throughout this life, and so that's what we're going to be talking about during this series, which will probably take us about half of the year to get through. So, but I'm glad we're
Yeah, that'll
starting
be
it.
interesting.
I'm starting it at the beginning of the year, and this and the ideas that I'm sharing, they're just my ideas. They're not
Yeah.
comprehensive, or I mean, they're not the end all and the be all. They're just
No.
things that I've learned along the way, or whatever. Well, having said that, we will open it up to a discussion. I'm going to check and see what's going on.
What exactly
Okay.
is going on?
Well, what's going on the YouTube side is we have two people watching.
Wow.
So, yeah, not as good as the hangout I was in last night. The hangout I was in last night, she had about 20 people watching.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. And I posted the link on the on
My therapist is
my
still sick.
my gosh.
He's still sick.
Well,
He's been off for 5 weeks now, and we don't know when
yeah.
he's going to be back.
Well, what are they saying?
Well, they haven't said what's wrong with him, but they've said they don't know when he's going to be back, and they apologise for the inconvenience.
Okay. Well, it seems to me his supervisor needs to fish or cut bait.
Yeah,
Uh, Either this guy's going to come and do his job, or he needs to take a leave of absence, and alternative arrangements need to be made.
exactly. Because I'm
So,
I'm suffering with really bad anxiety, really bad dysphoria, and really bad depression,
mhm.
and I can't do it on my own. And my paranoia is coming back, and I'm hearing voices all the time, and I can't struggle on my own.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, you're going a lot through a lot with the name change and the family stuff and everything. So,
Yeah, and I can't be doing that on my own. I mean, the name change and everything, yeah, I can do on my own. I can cope with that on my own, but everything else, I can't.
right, 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 right.
It's irritating. I need support.
Well, I think, and this is just a recommendation. I mean, take it for what it's worth. But I think I would try to call the therapist supervisor because I'm sure he has
I'm
one.
gonna ring the secretary on Monday and see what's going on.
Okay, but you might want to go higher than that because
Well, I am going to. I'm gonna get a supervisor. I'm gonna get the secretary to give me the supervisor's
yeah,
number.
and just say, I like my therapist, but he seems to be in limbo right now. Can I get another therapist until we figure out what's going on with the first therapist?
Yeah, because I
You
need to
know,
know what's going on because everything is getting ridiculous with
yeah,
my illness and like my mum noticed like a change in my illness. She's noticed like more and more like stress coming out and more alters coming out,
yeah,
and especially the younger ones. Ketsia is becoming more and more upset
uh-huh,
and and more distressed, and she's noticing that more.
yeah,
And my mum said, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" And we're going to ring up on Monday. We've got to ring them on Monday anyway when the document comes for the name change.
yeah,
We have to ring them up when that comes, when I've got that signed and everything, so to alert them of that.
yeah.
So
Well, you just need some more
I need some more advice.
well, and some continuity
Yeah,
is uh
treatment.
in terms of your treatment, uh
Yeah, I need some assistance. I need some like
because
yeah, cause
I think a new therapist at this point would be better than no therapist.
yeah, I need
You-
like some backup
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
said because they haven't even thought of a backup plan. They haven't even thought of a crisis plan.
Hmm.
I don't even
Hmm.
have a psychiatrist to be honest.
Yeah.
They, yeah, they haven't even got one of them involved yet. I mean, it's ridiculous. My GP saying my medication and everything. He's saying like everything's down to Dr. Brown to refer me to a psychiatrist, but Dr. Brown's off sick.
Hmm.
So my GP wasn't even informed of that. So I've got to tell them next week everything's gone pear shaped,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm not happy because like
No.
over the past since the holidays, my dysphoria has gone downhill.
Hmm.
Like I've had argument after argument with family because they've been using my birth name. They've been doing this, that, and the other because they have not realised that it's made me feel really down and dysphoric and everything.
You know, when I was in ROTC, and it was rough, really rough. We just used each other's last names.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah, or rank, like I was Sergeant Edmonds. So,
Yeah,
uh, but I'm going to try to honor your wishes and go with the name you have chosen. So,
yeah. I
uh,
mean, my mum is trying. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. I mean, she's met a new partner now, so I've accepted that and everything. So she's gonna
mhm.
try and accept what I want.
Yeah, yeah, and that's all that can be expected. I mean, change is difficult.
Change is difficult, but change is good
Yeah, it's
for the
difficult
better.
and good, and you need large dosages of patience. I'm finding
Yeah,
out. So,
yeah. I mean, my grandmother is the worst for it.
hmm well,
She
your
she
grandmother's 89, right?
she's 88, but
88. Okay.
she called me stupid today,
Mm,
and I didn't expect that. I tried to explain to her about my identity, but she
yeah.
called me stupid today.
Well, did she point the finger at you when she said it?
Yeah,
Then she's got three pointing back at her.
yeah, hmm,
So in a way, she was kind of projecting, I
yeah.
think. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know, but I think that she
I
was
think she
maybe,
was. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, uh,
I mean, my auntie sort of gets it now. She gets my identity,
yeah,
but she's still not understanding in a way.
yeah. That reminds me of a funny story about my grandparents. Shall I tell it?
Yeah,
Well, I was going to tell anyway. But anyway, I guess I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I had just figured out that grandchildren had different names for their grandparents. Now, in my family, my grandmother was called Mamaw, and my grandfather was called Papaw. But I was at the breakfast table with my grandparents, and I asked my grandmother. I said, "Could I call you grandmother, for example?" And she said, "Sure, you can call me grandmother. That'd be fine." So I turned to my grandfather and I said, "Can I call you grandfather, for an example?" And he said,
yeah.
"No, you can't." He said, "No, you can't." He said, "What if there's a fire and you're hollering for your grandpapa? I'm not going to come get you." So
But
from there on out, it was Mamo and Papa.
yeah,
I wasn't going to rock the boat anymore.
no,
No, but your circumstances are a great deal different than that, and I certainly want to honor your decision.
yeah,
So I mean, when you think about it, we really didn't get to choose our names.
no,
No, I mean they were something that was given to us. So, and also a name change is very, very important. If you read any kind of mythology or even in the Bible, uh, when a person makes a major change in their life, oftentimes it's accompanied by a name change.
yeah,
We see Jacob becomes Israel. Uh,
yeah,
Abram becomes Abraham, and
yeah.
so I really don't think there's anything wrong with changing your name.
No, there
So
isn't.
no, no,
I mean, I've had this will be my second name change because I did one for protection reasons, and now I'm changing because of my gender.
yeah,
I'm just like I'm going through hell because of inacceptance, but now people are realizing it and they're starting to realize it.
hmm
I was bullied on Twitter the other day.
man,
I had to report somebody. It was so transphobic. I had to report somebody
yeah.
for transphobia.
Well, Facebook is a little bit safer.
Yeah,
I got into an argument talking about Twitter. I got into an argument with somebody on Twitter about the Second Amendment, and I have
yeah,
mixed emotions about the Second Amendment, which refers to gun rights in my country.
yeah.
And and I got into an argument with this guy, and we were arguing back and forth. And then all of a sudden, I realized we're arguing about opinions.
Exactly.
I mean, he has his opinion, I have my opinion, and he was telling me that I should change mine, and I was telling him he should change his. And I'm like, this
Exactly.
is this is foolishness, you know?
Yeah, it's foolish
because you can't
argument.
because you cannot prove or disprove opinions. That's what someone
No.
believes. You know,
Yeah,
that's like
everybody has their own beliefs.
saying, you're stupid because you like strawberry ice cream.
Yeah.
It makes no
Or
sense at
you're
all.
or you're ridiculous because you like your chocolate.
Yeah, yeah. But so anyway, I said the argument ends here, and at that point I blocked him
Well, I
because
reported because this person, I'm not
uh-huh.
going to name them, but they called me an ugly, blind, transgendered bitch.
Oh man.
So I reported them for transphobia
Yeah, yeah, and
because they were discriminating against me for being gender neutral.
yeah, and I hope you blocked them.
Yeah, I did. I blocked and reported them.
Yeah, and then that way cut your losses and move on.
Oh yeah, I completely blocked them out of my life. I
Yeah,
blocked them off
yeah,
Skype. I blocked them off Twitter. I blocked them off Facebook, and I blocked them off iOS as well, off my phone.
yeah. And I think that's the other thing you're going to find with your name change is that you'll develop a new set of friends.
Oh yeah, no one can find me that used to know me on Twitter or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. So that may not be a bad thing.
No. God, I feel really sick tonight. I've had
What's the
something. The weather
Yeah, the weather. Is the weather
is
affecting you?
absolutely freezing.
Yeah, that can't be
It's
good.
it's icy.
Yeah,
It's icy. It's cold. It's been raining. It's gonna snow here, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been lucky. We've had some rain, but nothing like what they've had in other parts of the country. And our weather has been about seasonal, or the temperatures are about seasonal, or maybe just slightly below. Today they're just slightly above seasonal. So I have no complaints about the weather, but I will tell you two things that I have learned recently. If you're cold, put on your long johns. Okay,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna know but you. And the second thing, if you're tired, take a 15-minute nap in the afternoon,
Oh, I have been doing that.
and that'll make
I've come down with a cold as well.
yeah, and by taking a 15-minute nap in the afternoon, the other hours of the afternoon will be so much more productive. So
Definitely.
yeah,
My mum's been ill with a chest infection.
yeah. Is she taking antibiotics?
She's on antibiotics.
Yeah.
I
My
made her go to
father,
the doctors on Tuesday.
my father's been having some problems with his teeth, and he has no upper teeth at all, and he's got
Oh my gosh.
well, he's got dentures, for the upper plate,
Yeah,
and then the lower plate. I think he has five teeth, and then three nubs, for lack of a better term, that
yeah.
that they didn't take out or whatever. And so he's going to go, I think, this year and have his all of his bottom teeth and the remnants removed, and then he'll get some. Well, actually, I think it'd be for the best because he's got some kind of infection going on
Oh
there
no,
there
that's
too. And
awful.
well, they gave him some antibiotics, and he's getting better, but.
But it's just not helping him.
No, it's not. But having the teeth out, I think, will help him or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Stop it. Yeah.
but the other thing is he doesn't really take good care of himself. So I mean, he has really nobody to complain to except the mirror.
No. No.
So
See, my teeth are soft because of my medication that I take,
yeah,
but my gums are swelling because of the state of my lip
yeah.
because it's so swollen
Uh-huh,
and so aggravated.
uh-huh. We had four people watching. Now we've had two people drop out. So evidently our conversation about teeth
But
is not is
basically,
is not bringing anybody in. So, but
but
that's okay.
basically, with the state of my lip being the way it is,
Hmm.
everything's just gone pear shaped. So
Yeah.
I'm back at my
Well,
consultant in May for that.
I know I sound like a broken record, but you just gotta keep hanging in there.
Yeah,
That's about all you can do.
I'm trying everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everything I can do with it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
So,
I've got the consultant for my lip on the 4th of May and my migraine consultant on the 6th of May.
wow, May,
Yeah,
almost 5 months away.
it's ridiculous. Two
Yeah,
appointments in 1 week,
yeah.
if not three if I don't have therapy in that week.
Hmm. Well, like I said before, I've got my health insurance now, but and I probably should go get a checkup. I don't know when that's going to happen, so I've got to do some
Sort that out.
research.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm supposed to go to their website and see which doctors are on
available.
their yeah on their list of doctors that they'll. But then I still got paid $40 for an office visit, so
Oh God.
yeah. But I'm not breaking the law anymore, so
No,
and I
that's good.
and I won't have to pay a penalty this year. I will probably have to pay a penalty for last year, but it won't be that much. So
No, well, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. And I'm doing some stuff with. I'm reading a book on vibrational healing, which is very, very interesting. He talks basically about all the alternative healing modalities. Right now, I'm reading a chapter about homeopathy.
Oh, I've got my massage tomorrow.
Well, that'll be good. Have you heard of
Homeopathy.
homeopathy?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Yeah,
homeopathic
it's
medicine's really good.
Her Majesty the Queen, her personal doctor is a homeopath.
It's are they?
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
I'm sure he's been trained. Most of them have been trained in Western medicine, and then the homeopathy is additional training or whatever.
Yeah,
And but I just thought that was really really neat that the royal family's doctor is a homeopath.
it's really interesting that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's I don't know. There's all kinds of regulations and stuff in our country on the national level, and then you go to the state level, and then there's even more regulations. And it's not really um,
Sounds
the AMA.
complex.
Yeah, the AMA allows them to practice, but they do that, holding their nose. I mean, they don't like it. It's kind of like chiropractors.
Yeah,
So they let chiropractors practice, but they really don't like them that much. So,
sounds
but
really complex. And
it is really complex, but they're getting some fantastic results, and they've been getting fantastic results for like 200 years.
yeah,
So it's a anyway. This it's a fantastic book. Have you noticed YouTube has changed their policy to where I cannot put on a video directly from my webcam anymore?
what?
Yeah, yeah. Now, obviously, a Google Hangout is my webcam, and it will be put on YouTube.
Yeah,
So, but if I just want to shoot a video from my webcam, I can't do that anymore. I have to get some kind of some kind of software or something that I can download it to my computer, and then I download it to YouTube.
but I can put videos on from my camera on my iPhone.
Right, 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 right. And I think that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to use your webcam anymore. They want
No.
you to use your phone. They want you, if you have, I don't even know, I have a flip camera. I'm not even sure that will work anymore. But they want it to be downloaded from your camera, or they want you to use, there's some software that you can get
Yeah,
that's basically it's editing software. I think what
yeah.
they're trying to do, I think they're trying to get the quality of their videos to go up a notch or whatever.
Oh yeah, they're
So,
trying to change it, the quality of the videos and stuff.
well, their big competitor, Vimeo,
Vimeo,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, they've had this policy for a long, long time that no one gets to shoot directly from their webcam. So I don't know. It's just another thing.
Just another loophole or something.
Yeah, but what I may do, I may have some fakey hangouts. Too bad no one showed up to my hangout, but now I'm going to talk about the books that I've read this past month. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you just sat still in the same place, the world is going to change around you.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Life would be a pile of spoff.
Oh, talking about different things. Uh, the young lady from Canada, uh,
Lisa.
Lisa Emerald.
Yeah.
Thanks for jogging my memory. She had a hangout on Monday. I didn't get to go to it because I was with my father at the dentist office. But she had a hangout on Monday. So there's people are doing hangouts. I haven't been able to watch Dale's hangouts, but he's still doing his hangouts. So, and then I found some people that were kind of like in the mental health community, but maybe
Yeah.
not really. They're doing their own hangouts now.
Are they?
Yeah, the men going their own way
Oh
groups or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, they've got their own hangouts now. So,
Oh.
which I think it's great.
Yeah.
Uh, People can go to their hangout and do whatever they want to do, and if you want to start a hangout, you can start a hangout and do whatever you want to do. So I'm all for that. I'm all for more and more hangouts to where people can plug in where they need to plug in.
Stupid phone is going to spoffing die, so I'm going to have to put it on charge.
Okay, do
It's
what you need to
charging now.
do.
It's charging now.
Do what you need to do there.
I've charged it. It's on charge.
Okay, good deal.
I just had to reach for the plug.
Hmm.
It's it's been a crap week this week, really.
Yeah.
Yep. Full of a cold, everything.
Have you heard about all the people that have passed on?
From yeah,
Well, David.
in the news, David Bowie
Yeah,
and Alan Rickman.
yeah, yeah. And then the guy, you probably don't know him, but there was a guy. I think his name was Dan Haggerty.
I've heard of him, but I don't
Yeah,
know of
he
him
was.
that well.
He was an actor. He did. There was a TV show in the 1970s called Grizzly Adams,
I've heard
and
of it, sort of.
yeah, and the thing. If you have a chance to go to YouTube and listen to the theme song, the theme song is a really great theme song. Very very positive, and but
Yeah,
it, but it's kind of true what they say that people will try to get through the holidays. They'll
yeah.
try to hang on past the holidays, but I just thought to myself when I heard about Mr. Rickman and Mr. Boy, I thought to myself, someone's calling a meeting upstairs.
Oh
So
yeah. It's a shame though, because they were really iconic people.
they were, and of course David Bowie. I guess he had the diagnosis for like maybe a year and a half or so,
Yeah,
and so he had the opportunity to really say goodbye to his fans
but
and
Alan
and to
Rickman didn't.
no, no, but evidently his diagnosis was similar to David Bowie's.
Yeah,
I haven't heard the full details, but I mean, in his line of work, if you don't have an offer to act, I mean, you can't act, you
no.
know. But I think even so, his body of work, I think, is very very impressive. So, and not only was he a great actor, I've heard that he was a great man as well. So, I mean, he wasn't a prima donna or a diva or anything like that. He was just really really good to work with.
Oh yeah, these people, they get the opportunity, and then
Mhm.
they have this gift, and then they share it with people.
Right, right, and he wasn't taking anything for granted. So,
No,
mhm. But even so, it is still kind of sad.
it
So,
is. It's very
mhm.
sad news, and I heard it on Facebook and I thought, what? It's just awful.
Hmm. Oh, do you know about talking about Facebook? Do you know about posting videos from Facebook
To where?
to Facebook?
To Facebook.
Yeah, you're on Facebook and you post a video to Facebook.
Huh? I
It
don't
sounds
know.
like it sounds like they're getting ready to compete with Periscope and maybe even Google Hangouts.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I really haven't had much luck with Periscope because Periscope
Because
you use it through your
I
phone.
have posted videos to Facebook from my camera,
Right.
like to Facebook. I've uploaded a video to Facebook on Facebook from like I've gone on like where I've uploaded it to my camera. I've gone
Hmm.
onto Facebook and uploaded it that way, posted
Hmm.
it that way. I've done that. If that's what you mean.
Well, there's also a way that you can post a be on your video live and then talk to people. So
Is there?
I've got, I think so. I've got to do some more research. I don't know if you have to have a special Facebook account to do that, but I've got to do some more research and see how to do that. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Unless I know you can make audio calls in Messenger.
right, right. And which is, I guess they're competing with Skype at that point.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Zuckerberg wants to make Facebook the internet within the internet.
yeah.
So that you don't have to go to any place but Facebook, and you get all your wants and needs met there. So
I'll have a look into that about being live.
yeah, so
I don't know if you need a special app.
I don't know. I've got to do some more research about that. So let's see what's going on.
Yeah. What the hell's going on? My eyes just gone blurry.
Oh, our ratings went up by 50%. We
Whoa.
have three. We have three people watching us now. Last week you weren't able to
Attend.
be here
No,
because you were doing.
I was ill last week.
Yeah, but you were also doing something with your family. So.
Yeah, I was out last week. I ended up at the emergency doctor's and then I went to my mum's partner's for tea.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, uh, that should always be your first choice.
Yeah,
Family, real life family people. Should
yeah,
be more and more important than people
yeah,
in a box on your computer.
yeah.
So anyway, it was just me and Blue last week, and we had really good talk.
Oh, sugar,
Oh
what's going on? Phone's being dodgy.
yeah,
Oh,
and
crumbs. What the
I want to
hell?
share something with you when we go off the air, in regards to some changes that I've made. So, but
With
I won't
regard
share
to
it.
what? Sorry?
Some changes in the people that I invite, but I
Okay.
won't talk
When we
about
get
that
when we get private.
when we get private. Remind me if I forget.
Right. Okay.
So, what else is going on
In terms of me,
in
last
terms of
week
anything?
last week I was really ill.
Right.
I had a lot of going on last week. There was a lot of stress. There was a lot of dysphoria. There was a lot of anxiety. I
Hmm.
was I was sick last week. I ended up at the emergency doctor's on Friday. With my face.
Okay. Uh,
Um,
re Remind me again what dysphoria is.
Gender dysphoria is a chronic unhappiness associated with one's gender. It
Okay.
basically means that I'm not quite happy with the body that I'm in. It means that I'm gender neutral, I was born female, but I'm gender
Okay.
neutral.
Mhm. There's so many technical terms floating around. It's hard
Dysphoria,
to.
dysphoria is chronic unhappiness.
Okay, okay. It's hard to keep track of everything, all the technical terms and everything. So I'm glad you reminded me of that. So
Dysphoria is a chronic unhappiness associated with my gender
okay,
identity.
okay,
And on Friday, I went to my mum's partner's for tea. I was sick. I ended up at the emergency doctor's with my
yeah,
face. This, that, and the other went on. It was just hectic.
hmm,
I was rowing left, right, and centre over this name issue, name dysphoria, kicked in, and like I had anxiety attack after anxiety attack. It was horrible. So I didn't have a very good week at all last week.
okay,
The weather was awful. We ended up flooding again.
yeah.
My dog was ill.
You remember the problems you were having with your water?
Yeah,
They're having a time with their water in Flint, Michigan.
are they?
Oh
That's not
yeah,
good.
so
That's not good.
they've they switched the provider. Detroit was providing their water,
Yeah,
and then to save a couple of bucks, they switched to another provider and wound up with lead in the water
well, that's not good.
because the other provider hadn't updated their pipes or something, and so now they're testing all the kids to see, if they're going to be mentally
If
retarded is not the right word, but to see if there's going to be some kind of a cognitive impact on the children.
yeah,
And it's just a big mess up there.
it's
And
not good.
supposedly the officials knew about it, and
Yeah,
they covered it up for a time. So I'm sure the federal government's going to get involved, and there's going to be some indictments, and I don't know how, but
yeah.
how it's going to wash out,
They'll
to
resolve it somehow.
make a bad pun,
Yeah,
hopefully they'll figure it all out or whatever, and hopefully there won't be any permanent effects for the young people because lead. I think once it gets in your system, it's virtually impossible for it to get out of your system, right?
it's very, very bad lead poisoning.
Yeah,
It's fatal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, depending on your rate of exposure.
Yeah, depending on the
So
severity.
yeah, but hopefully there won't be any kind of lasting effects.
Yeah, hopefully.
We've got the election going on, which I've been trying to ignore it, but
Yeah,
it's it's like a car wreck.
so
You
it's
you
almost everywhere.
yeah, you don't want to watch it, but I mean your eyes are drawn to it,
Yeah,
and there's been some things going on with that, and then I don't know. It's just it's been kind of like a slow week for me. I've
yeah.
been doing some things with my groups, and just uh, we had the lottery fever.
I
Some guy and his wife in Tennessee won. I think they're going to split the jackpot in three ways
think.
because a ticket was sold in Florida that won, a ticket in Tennessee, and then a ticket in California,
Whoa.
and and so it's $1.5 billion split three ways, and then
Yeah, somebody
nine.
in the UK won the lottery as well. Two people.
Wow, wow, and the UK lottery was very big too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been watching the BBC. I discovered I think it's called
yeah,
BBC World News, which
yeah.
I don't think it's available in the UK, but basically it's all the British news programs that you would see no matter what. But I've been watching that or whatever, and
I can
they were
get it on
talking
the
about,
iPhone.
yeah, and they were talking about that. But I think what's going to be is like it's going to be split three ways, and then nine times out of ten they take the lump sum, which means they're probably going to get $250 million.
Yeah.
And then they'll have to pay taxes on that, which will probably knock it down to 150 million. So,
Yeah.
but 150 million dollars is better than nothing.
Yeah. Suppose you suppose you're right.
But you know, but you know what they say? They say within 7 years of winning the lottery, the people are actually worse off
Oh yeah.
because I think they don't have any well, I mean, to manage that type of money, you need a different skill set than if you're Joe Blow and you're punching the
Yeah.
time clock down at the plant or whatever, and you're living check by check. When you have that kind of money, you really don't know what to do with it. I
No,
think
you
the
don't. You've got
I
to be
think
able to
the
manage it properly.
yeah, I think the first person that I would hire a financial counselor or whatever.
Yeah.
Just and the thing
Like
that I would
like an
do,
advisor.
yeah, the thing that I would do is, well, I'm 50 years old, so I'm probably going to live 30 years. So I think what I would do is I think I'd have the long, where they pay you over 30 years or whatever,
Yeah.
because the first $1 million I get the first year, I'm going to blow it. Okay.
Yeah.
But when the second year rolls around and they send me another check for $1 million, I think maybe I might have learned
Not to do it.
not not to do it or whatever. But they had a lady on the radio. She had won $1.5 million, and they asked her if she was going to quit her job, and she said no. She said you can't really retire on $1.5 million.
No, you can't. It's impossible because
Yeah.
you still gotta work and everything.
Well, but the thing about it is, I mean, the interest rates are so low,
Yeah.
and people's mortgages and things like that are so high that that she'd
Mortgage
probably
rates are
have.
ridiculous these days.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just high to live. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
$1.5 million sounds like a lot, but but when you break it down and try to live off the interest or dividends on your investments or whatever, it's you really can't do it.
No.
So, well, let me see what's going on. I don't see any activity on the Google Plus page, and we're back down to two people watching.
It's
So
up
I
and
think,
down tonight.
yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take us off the YouTube stream.
Right.
So let me make
Okay.
an announcement. I want to thank everybody for watching this time. We will be back next Friday at our regular time, and we will be talking about card number two, or I guess it's card number one. If you start with zero, the second card would be card number one, the ma- magician, which is card number two, and we'll be talking about what that means. And then Wednesday, on January the 20th, I will have a special hangout, probably for about an hour, at 8 p.m. Central Time. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you either Wednesday or Friday.